Okay, good morning everyone, and welcome to the pre-bidding conference for free consultancy services, namely, number one, consultancy services for the conduct of detailed engineering design (DED) relative to the construction of Talisay Bridge, Pardo Bridge, Cabreros Bridge, and CCLEX-SRP Connector Bridge under contract ID number 23 CSH 006. Number two, consulting services for the conduct of full-scale feasibility study, phase 2, of the Himamaylan-Tayasan Road, Negros, Oriental, under contract ID number 23 CSH 007. And number 3, consulting services for the conduct of pre-feasibility study, phase 2, of the Tabagak City Coastal Road, Negros, Oriental. So, just okay, so with 3 members of the back present, namely me as chairman, Attorney Valerie Piraya, Engineer Emily Maghanoy as the third regular member, and Miss Jasmine Marinay as a provisional member representing the end user unit, which is the planning and design division. So we have quorum and we can proceed. So, dili man siya kanina ano ni siya, dili beginning with contract ID number 23 CSH 006. By the way, since this is procurement of consultancy services, so this is not, the procedure is not the same with us procurement of civil works. So there was already an eligibility, mapping of eligibility and checking of the same using the pass or fail criteria. And for contract ID number 23 CSH 006, there was only one participating bidder who have dropped and found to have using the pass or fail criteria to have passed our eligibility check. While for contract ID number 23 CSH, for contract ID number 23 CSH 006, that one participating bidder is Demcor. Demcor, right? Joint venture with Kirante. On the other hand, and they're here, represent, no? On the other hand, for contract ID number 23 CSH 007, there were 2 companies who dropped their eligibility documents and were using the pass or fail criteria. Initially found to have passed, and these are SEDCO engineers and terms testing. Are they present today? SEDCO. Terms. Okay, for the last one is contract ID number 24 CSH 009. Similarly, 008. Similarly, we have 2 participating bidders who dropped their eligibility documents and were initially using the pass or fail criteria. Initially found whose eligibility documents were found to pass our evaluation. Okay, so they are also present here. So let's now start with contract ID number 23 CSH 006, entitled Procurement of Consultancy Services for the conduct of detailed engineering design (DED) relative to the construction of Talisay Bridge and Pardo Bridge, Cabreros Bridge, and CCLEX-SRP Connector Bridge. Okay, so this project is located in the province of Cebu. No? But if you're from Cebu, you all know that these bridges are in Cebu City. So, Talisay Bridge, and those one in Talisay, okay. But in province of Cebu, so more in province of Cebu location. So the objectives are, okay, Conduct design data collection through field surveys and investigations, which shall include but not limited to geohazard assessment, geological and geotechnical investigation and engineering surveys, identify possible geological and geotechnical hazards, and recommend structural and non-structural measures to mitigate their impact. Undertake detailed engineering design, which includes but is not limited to preparation of ED plans, hydraulic, hydrologic, hydrodynamic analysis, structural analysis, slope stability analysis, seepage analysis, score analysis, and other required analysis deemed necessary for preparation of the ED plans, construction method, and project implementation, quantity calculations, supplemental technical specifications. Assist the DPWH of procuring entity in preparing the requirements for the procurement of civil works contractors, which include but are not limited to detailed unit price analysis, DUPA, and cost estimates in accordance with DPWH policies. Conduct special studies which include but are not limited to gender development, environmental impact study, and non-acquisition and resettlement action plan. Okay. The outputs. Ikaw na ano yun? Where is that? Okay, ikaw na discuss ang outputs. So, okay. Eligible bidders must obtain the passing score of 80 points to qualify in the short list. Okay? The contract shall be completed within 75 calendar days. I would also like to note that the procuring entity shall evaluate bids using the quality cost based evaluation, QCBE, selection procedure. Okay. The technical and financial proposal shall have weights of 65% for the technical and 35% for the financial. Only bids whose technical proposals pass the minimum technical evaluation score of 80% shall have their financial proposals open and evaluated. The criteria and rating system for the evaluation of bids are provided in the instructions to bidders. Okay, so take note, So 65-35 is the ratio, and the technical bid must pass at least 80% so that the financial proposal will be open and evaluated. Take also note that the approved budget for the contract for this project is 59,999,456 pesos and 85 centavos. Okay, so for the other specifications, I would now like to request the representative from the Planning and Design Division and the name of Fariza Al-Rupal to discuss the technical specifications of the consultancy services to be procured.
Good morning, everyone. So, there is something lang I would like to clarify, no, since the project title is Detailed Engineering Design related to the construction of Talisay Bridge, Pardo Bridge, Cabreros Bridge, and CCLEX-SRP Connector Bridge. So, these are 4 bridges. I would like to point out lang na before we can conduct detailed engineering design, there has to be a feasibility study completed for the said project. And as stated in the background, only the Pardo Bridge and Cabreros Bridge are qualified because they have undergone the feasibility study under the feasibility study for the proposed SRP connector road. So, out of the 4 bridges of this detailed engineering design, only those 2 will be conducted. So, for Pardo, alignment is approximately 2,565 meters, consisting of 1,280 meter road, leading to a 1,800 85-meter viaduct, then a 200-meter road connecting to El Pardo Street. And next is the Cabreros alignment, approximately 1,470 meters, consisting of an 870-meter road from the beginning of the project to a 598-meter bridge, and then a 2-meter road that will connect to the future development of the South Road properties. So this project will compose of upgrading, widening of the existing road, and construction of bridgeway, drainage, viaduct, bridges, and safety measures, and right-of-way acquisition. So for the project deliverables, under the design data collection, we have the EDGAR sign and seal, survey plans, survey report and computation, geological and geotechnical investigation report, geotechnical plans, sign and sealed. For the detailed engineering design, we have hydrologic and hydraulic analysis report, drainage design report, bridge analysis and design report, scour analysis and scour abutment protection works design report, approach road design report, embankment and flood slope stability analysis and slope reduction design, geometric design report, pavement design report, embankment and flood slope design analysis report, road safety requirement report, roadway lighting design and analysis, slope reduction design reports, DD plans with mylar plan sign and sealed, quantity calculations, construction methods, and project implementation. Under the contract documents, we have the bidding plans, DUPA, POW, and ABC, cost estimates, supplemental technical specifications, indicative construction work schedule, and for the special studies and other requirements, we have the gender and development report, environmental impact study, land acquisition and resettlement action plan, parcellary survey plans, appraisal report, inception report, during third week, after the third week from the notice to proceed. Monthly progress reports are submitted every month of the contract duration and the completion report after the end of the contract. I think that's it. Every other details are stated also in the terms of reference.
Yeah. So anyways, ito lang the show from sa Asian lang. So by the way, for it is stated here also, no, that so the outputs and deliverables can be found also here, no? I'm not mentioning it one by one, but being the legal chief, I would also like to point out that parcellary surveys, land acquisition and settlement action plan is required. Parcellary surveys are required, and appraisal reports are also required. Okay? So for the for the so do you have any questions from the participating bidder? None? Okay, there being none. So let's now proceed to the second one, which is contract ID number 23 CSH 007 entitled Procurement of Consulting Services for the conduct of full-scale feasibility study, phase 2, the Himamaylan-Tayasan Road, Negros, Oriental. So when we have detailed engineering design, now it's full-scale feasibility study, okay? So for this project has an approved budget for a contract of 9,999,975. So 9,999,975. So okay, this is located in Negros Oriental, The objectives of the project are determine the possible significant impacts of the project to the environment and provide appropriate mitigating measures to address these impacts. Identify the potential project affected persons, families with the estimated cost for right-of-way acquisition and proposed timetable. Estimate the quantities and cost of each component of the project. Okay, the outputs are conceptual report, overall summary accomplishment report, multi-criteria analysis, economic evaluation, summary of quantities, cost estimates, parcellistic plan, preliminary RAP report, environmental and social impact assessment report, and gender development report. Other data documents specifically shall include but not limited to geotag photographs, latest comprehensive land use plan, comprehensive development plan, and other related plans of all cities, municipalities within the project's influence area, map of the alignment, including shape file format, plot, and convert to WGS 84. So okay. So the bank shall draw up the shortlisting of consulting firms from those who have submitted the related documents expression of interest and have been determined as eligible in accordance with the provisions of Republic Act RA number 9184. Okay, the shortlist shall consist of, and the criteria and rating system for the shortlisting are experience of the firm, 60 points, availability of required personnel of the firm, 10 points, workload, 30 points with a total of 100 points. Eligible bidders must obtain the passing score of 80 points to qualify in the shortlist. Okay? So, next is that the procuring, so assuming that you'll be included in the shortlist, so the procuring entity shall evaluate bids using the quality cost-based evaluation selection procedure. The technical and financial proposals shall have weights of 65% and 35% respectively. Only bids whose technical proposal shall pass the minimum technical evaluation score of 80% shall have their financial proposal open and evaluated. Okay, the criteria and rating system for the evaluation of the bids are provided in the instruction to bidders. The contract shall be completed within 60 calendar days. So for the technical specifications, this will be again discussed by Engineer Fariza and Rupal. Take it away.
Morning, everyone. So for the consulting services for the conduct of full-scale feasibility study phase 2 of the Himamaylan-Tayasan Road, Negros Oriental, it is the amount is 9,999,975 with 60 calendar days as its project duration. This is already phase 2. So phase 1 was already conducted prior. Under the phase 1, the scope of services are social traffic surveys, geotechnical, topo, hydro. So basically, engineering surveys are done during the phase 1. So for phase 2, the scope is the multi-criteria analysis. So overall analysis, including the environmental and social aspect and the cost and economic. So preliminary right-of-way action plan or RAP survey, environmental and social impact assessment, gender and development, cost estimates, disaster risk reduction measures, and economic evaluation and the implementation plan. So for the proposed project, it has a total length of 53.8 kilometers, providing an east-west lateral route traversing 2 municipalities. One is Tayasan, Negros Oriental, which is approximately 30 kilometers, and the remaining 24 kilometers will be in Himamaylan, Negros Oriental. So just to point out that this covers both Region 7 and Region 6 alignments. And since even though the other part of the project is sa Region 6, we will We will be studying the whole alignment grid, so included sa Region 6 na segment.
Okay? So,
You know one thing I know about you?
I don't know.
Is you're meant to be.
I don't know what. Okay, so please check your Bluetooth, no? Hindi mo sige ko na. Kaya ako okay, so I have a question. This is phase 2 na, no? So phase 1 was very completed.
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's it. So for the participating leaders, namely SEDCO and terms, do you have any question? Okay. So we have a question from Engineer Bambi.
Yeah, actually, it's not a question, it's just a request that we be furnished the final report of phase 1, in as much as we need the data for us to have the multi-criteria analysis and the economic evaluation. So we need traffic data and all those things, especially the topo, the geotech, the hydro, and the traffic.
Okay.
It's just a request.
By the way, who prepared the phase 1? Schema. Okay, so sige, this will be provided to the participating leaders who request.
Thank you.
So for terms, do you have any terms? No? Okay, so no question from terms. So let's proceed to the last one. Sounds okay. Full scale pre-feasibility. Okay, let's now proceed to the third and last, which is consulting services for the conduct of pre-feasibility. Phase 2. Yawan nila na pre-feasibility, pre-feasibility, na pag phase 2. After pre-feasibility, full scale, and phase 1, phase 2. So, okay. So, pre-feasibility, procurement of consulting services for the conduct of pre-feasibility study, phase 2. The Tabagak-Bunakan City Coastal Road, Negros Oriental. Under contract ID number 23CS8-208. So during the drafting of eligibility, and there were two who participated, namely SEDCO and terms. And you see the pass or fail criteria, they were initially out of pass the eligibility. No, so okay, so this project is located again in Negros Oriental. Okay, so the objectives are determine the possible significant impacts of the project to the environment and provide appropriate mitigating measures to address these impacts. Identify the potential project affected persons, families with the estimated cost for right-of-way acquisition and proposed timetable. Third, estimate the quantities and cost of each component of the project. The outputs, inception report, overall summary accomplishment report, multi-criteria analysis, MCA, economic evaluation, summary of quantities, cost estimates, preliminary RAP report, environmental and social impact assessment report, and gender and development report. Other data documents to be submitted shall include but not limited to geotag photographs, latest comprehensive land use plan, CLUP, comprehensive development plan, CDP, and other related plans of all cities, municipalities within the project's influence area. Map of alignment, it will in shape file format, not in convert to WGS 84. Okay, so take note that the back shall draw up the shortlisting of consulting firms from those who submitted eligibility documents and have been determined to be eligible. Okay, the criteria and rating for the shortlisting are experience of the firm, 60 points, availability of required personnel of the firm, 10 points, workload 30 points, or a total of 100 points. So to be included to qualify in the shortlist, eligible bidders must obtain a passing score of 80 points. So if you not pass, if you not reach 80 points, then you will not qualify in the shortlisting. So bidding will be conducted through competitive bidding procedures using non-discretionary pass or fail criterion. Okay, so the procuring entity shall evaluate bids using the quality cost-based evaluation (QCBE) selection (QCBS) procedure. The technical and financial proposal shall have weights of 65% and 35% respectively. So technical, ang weight niya is 65%, financial is 35%. Only bids whose technical proposal shall pass the minimum technical evaluation of 80% shall have their financial proposal open and evaluated. So otherwise put, if your technical proposal will not pass, it will not reach 80%, then the financial proposal will not be open. Okay? The contract shall be completed within 45 calendar days. Okay? Take note that this is very important for this applies to the three. The Department of Public Works, this is the reservation clause. The Department of Public Works and Highways reserves the right to reject any and all bids annul the bidding process or not award the contract at any time prior to contract award without thereby including any liability to the affected bidders or bidder. Okay? So for the other technical specifications, this will be discussed again by the specialist Parisa and Rupal.
So, for the conduct of pre-feasibility study of the Dumaguete City Coastal Road, this is also phase 2. So, the phase 1 already conducted the technical engineering surveys for the project. So, for phase 2, we will still have the overall multi-criteria analysis. Aside from the technical aspect, we will also study the environmental and social, the cost and economic. So, under the scope, we have preliminary right-of-way action plan survey, environmental and social impact assessment, gender and development, cost estimate, disaster risk reduction measures, economic evaluation, and implementation plan. So the Dumaguete Coastal Road will provide access leading to the Dumaguete Port and Dumaguete Sibulan Airport. It is approximately 8 kilometers long. I will point out that it will include approximately 40 meters bridge that will cross the Banica River in Barangay Poblacion 1.
Okay, thank you, engineer. So I would just like to emphasize that this speaks in the words committee. We just follow what is stated firstly in the law, the Public Act number 9184, security rules and regulations. Second, third, and which is really our Bible, the bidding documents, which already published. So we never go beyond what is stated in these documents. No? And in these documents, we already also included the checklist. So kindly read closely what is intently and closely what is stated in the bidding documents as well as the rules stated. Because again, if you follow it, you will never go wrong. Okay? The same way, if you're not, you can be declared as non-compliant. No, or you might not be able to reach the 80 points for the opinion of the financial docs as well as in the being included in the shortlist. So read it closely. Okay? So do you have questions for the third project? Do you have questions for the participating? The same?
The same, yeah.
Okay.
We'd like to request a copy of the final.
So the back would like is now directing the ones who are holding those documents, the planning and design division, to give it to them. Okay? So no more from terms.
I would like to remind all the participating consultants that all the forms are provided here in the field of so you should follow it closely. It should be, you should not make your own form. Just follow what is indicated here, and so that you could also see to it that it is readable. So that's all.
How about our How about our third back member for consultancy, namely just Manny, engineer? Okay. Thank you, Engineer Jasmine. So, no more. So, we're now done for the agenda, which is briefing conference for consultancy services. So, with that, I hereby declare this procurement activity as adjourned. So, thank you everyone for participating. So, hope to see you during the opening. Opening about next week. Dropping and opening of the November 19. But provided they will pass the shortlisting. Okay? Salamat terms and SEDCO and DEMPOR. Good morning, everyone. Morning. Morning. So welcome to the pre-meeting conference for the procurement of goods and services. Contract ID numbers, namely number 1, contract ID number 24GH00021. Repeat, so first, entitled supply and delivery of consolidated request of common office supplies, electrical and janitorial supplies for use in DPWH Arco 7 SRP Cebu City. Okay? And contract ID number 24GH00023. Supply and delivery of one set GNSSRTK, one base and one rover for use in the maintenance technical personnel. Okay, for use in DPWH General Officer personnel in acquiring survey data and photographic maps of DPWH RO7 SRP Cebu City. Mali ang mga personnel is technical personnel. Okay. So, with 3 members of the back, okay, so with 3 members of the back present for goods, for number 1, we have 3 members of the back present. For third sa goods. Supplies. You don't remember it. Ako lang may wala naka-eyeglasses din So, there are 3 members of the back present for contract ID number 24GH0021, namely me, and Ma'am Rebeli, and Mrs. Susette Sumayo. So for the other one, contract ID number 24GH0023, there are also 3 members of the back present, me, and Engineer Rebeli Maghanoy, and my idol, Engineer June de la Cruz. So we have quorum for the two. Okay, so we can now proceed. So let's start with the goods. Okay, start with the goods. By the way, I would like to know if there are interested bidders for each. So for the janitorial supplies, I think now may interested bidder today. Are there? Raise your hand. No hands? Number 1%? Okay. How about for the RTK? Separate companies? Okay. Okay. So, let's start with the janitorial supplies, huh? Again, this is a bidding because in the first bidding, there was no one who participated. Okay? So, the brief description. This is a supply and delivery of common office supplies, electrical and janitorial supplies. The approved budget for the contract is 3,457,873 days. The contract duration is 45 calendar days. Okay. The cost of the documents is 5,000 pesos. The bid opening is on November 19. Okay. So for the other description, this will be discussed by Mrs. Suzette R. Sumayo.
Good morning, sir. Good morning once again. Here are some specifications for the common office, janitorial, and electrical supplies. For common office supplies, we have the alcohol at 70% solution with moisturizer, ball pen, ordinary good quality black and blue, ball pen retractable 0.7 and fine ballpoint pen black, blue, and red colors. Battery double A size, 2 pieces per pack, branded and then alkaline. Battery triple A, 2 pieces per pack, branded, same, alkaline, we have one. And another battery triple A, 2 pieces per pack, rechargeable. Battery rechargeable 9 volts, 175 mAh, nickel metal hydride. Blade cutter field, 18 mm by 10 per tube. 1 paper A3 size, 70 GSM. 1 paper short size, 80 GSM. Certificate holder or jacket A4 size. C2S magazine paper, 130 GSM, A4 size. C2S magazine paper A3, 300 GSM. C2S magazine paper A3, Emery glossy, 170 GSM. Clear sheet protector A4 size with 11 holes. Clip binder, delicious backfolds. 1 inch, 25 mm backfold. We have 3/4 backfold and other items. For janitorial supplies, we have bleaching liquid 92 ml, broom soft shampoo or barbecue, broomstick, brush toilet push with handle, car cleanser, car freshener with mini clip, car freshener organic, car leather and vinyl restorer, car liquid wax, car shampoo, cleaner glass spray type 500 ml, car cleaner toilet bowl 900 ml, deodorizer, bathroom, scented gel, detergent powder 950 grams, disinfectant spray highly scented 510 grams. And for some sample of electrical supplies, we have aluminum woofer with reflector, wide lower recessed type, LED, duplex wire number 12, electrical paint 1 inch, good quality, electrical wire number 12 and number 14, heavy duty drum rule extension cord for down, 250 volts, 50 meters royal cord, heavy duty LED PA tube light, 40 watts data light, lamp bulb 18 watts lamp, bulb 18 watts LED, and 9 watts LED bulb, safety gloves, tape electrical 3M and other items. Actually, there are 219 items for clarifications and concerns. You can visit the procurement office or the supply section.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Sumayo. So, for the other requirements, I just discussed this simply after the other contract ID number will be discussed, no? So far as technical specifications are concerned. So let's now proceed to the other one, which is contract ID number 24GH00023, supply and delivery of one set GNSS-RTK, one base and one rover for use in the maintenance technical personnel. Dili use dito sila to ni kuano. For the use. Hindi na ito ni experimental bilang programa na. For the use in the maintenance technical division personnel sa personnel in acquiring survey data and photographic maps of DPWH 7 SRP Cebu City. Okay, so the brief description is supply and delivery of GNSS-RTK. The approved budget for the contract is 3.5 million. The contract duration is 60 calendar days. The cost of the bidding documents is 5,000 pesos. The scheduled bid opening is on November 19, 2024. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our Vice Chairman. Okay, handsome Engineer Jerry Evangelio. So we're now 4. So let's now proceed to the discussion of the technical specifications, which will be done by none other than Engineer Jude Gaina. Rebecca.
Thank you, Mr. Jeff. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. So for the specifications of one set is RTK, one base, one rover, complete package. So this is a multi-frequency GPS, GLONASS, and GNSS receiver specifications. So receiver type, multi-frequency GPS, GLONASS, then signals received. So GPS, L1CA or L1P. So then channels, so 800 plus channels. RTK formats, so RCN 2.1, RCN 2.3, RCN 3.0, RTCN 3.1, RTCN 3.2, including MSN. So accuracy, positioning of RMS 67% to the RMS 95%. So autonomous, so number of A is 1.2. M 4.4. This is the status of the performance. Static performance is at 2.5 mm plus 1 ppm to 5 mm plus 1 ppm. Delta compensation in 30 degrees, 2 cm with 1.8 pool. Compensation within 60 degrees, 5 cm with 1.8 volt. Initialization time less than 10 seconds. And Bluetooth 2.1 plus EDR for 4.0 LE. So video frequency range 410 MHz, 470 MHz, and 02.4 MHz to 928 MHz. Channel spacing 12.5 HZ, 25 HZ. Protocol TrendTalk 450 SPCC AOT, trademark 319-200. Storage type 8 GB internal. Protection IP67 protected from temporary immersion to a depth of 1 meter. Chemical resistance, cleaning agents, soapy water, industrial alcohol, water vapor, solar. So input voltage 9 to 28 volts DC. Battery with removable dual battery or single battery parameter 7.2 liter volts 3,400 mAh or month 24.48 WH. Working time up to 9 hours in rover UHF mode. And then 1 unit of RAG tablet controller. The processor niya is quad-core Intel Pentium and 4200 processor. Operating system Microsoft Windows 10. Memory and data storage of 8 GB RAM LPD DR4. So 124 GB plus storage, user accessible microSD XCC card slot. Graphics Intel HD graphic. Display active viewing area is 7 inches or 178 dm. Resolution WXGA or 1480 by 800. High visibility backlit LCD for best-in-class sunlight. Ports USB 3.0 by 1 and then 3.5 mm audio jack. 12 VDC power input jack. Graphics Qualcomm Adreno 512 GPU. And then 1 unit lifetime license field controller software. 1 unit lifetime license civil suit software. RTK accessories. 1 unit heavy duty tripod. 1 unit tripod. 1 unit carbon fiber pool. 1 unit steel extension pool. And 1 unit pelican case. That's all, Mr. Chair. And thank you.
Okay. So thank you, Engineer June Gailan, no? So for the other requirements, later na lang questions, okay? So for the other requirements, which are applicable to both contract ID numbers, I just like to mention that is stated in the bidding documents of each project or each procurement that the bidding for the project shall be governed by all provisions of the Public Act number 9184. It's 2016 revised rules and regulations. It is general procurement manual, associated policies and rules and regulations, and the clauses of the bidding documents. So this bids and awards committee will just follow what is stated in the documents that we mentioned, and we never go beyond this. However, if the participating bidders will be violating this, then they can be considered as non-compliant and disqualified. And please take note that included in the bidding documents is the checklist. So wherein the documents are stated one by one, the documents required, and it's stated in the checklist that any missing document in the above-mentioned checklist is a ground for outright rejection of bid. Take note that missing includes patently insufficient documents, no? So if you'll be considered as absent or missing, then it will be declared as non-compliant and disqualified. So just read closely what is stated in the documents that I mentioned, particularly the bidding documents. Okay, since there are no participating bidders physically present here for the first contract ID number, and I would like to know, as regards the second contract ID number, if there are questions from the two interested bidders. Wala? So you are just no? Yes. The other one is? Okay, very, okay, so there are no questions. So we're now done with today's agenda, which is the pre-bidding conference for goods. So with that, I hereby declare this procurement activity as adjourned. So good morning, everyone, and hope to see you during the dropping and opening of bids. Okay, thank you. No? Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the pre-bidding conference for two civil works projects, namely contract ID number 25H00027, construction maintenance of flood mitigation structures and drainage systems, construction of Tabagak-Bunakan Seawall Phase 2, Madridejos, Cebu, with an approved budget for a contract of 145,232,500 pesos, and contract ID number 25H00028, construction, maintenance of flood mitigation structures and drainage systems, construction of Seawall Phase 1, Ubay, Bohol, with an approved budget for a contract of 188,585,125 pesos. So with three members of the bank present, all of which are regular members, I hereby declare the existence of a quorum, so we can proceed. By the way, other than the pre-bidding conference, we have another procurement activity, which is the opening of eligibility documents for consultancy services, no? Which has a contract ID number of 24CSH009, Consultancy Services for the conduct of parcellary survey for construction intersection improvement along Cebu, North and Naya Wharf Road, and UN Avenue, Mandawi City, Cebu. So let's first start with the pre-bidding conference. So, okay. So, for contract ID number 25H00027, okay, so take note that this procurement is through FY 2025 NEP under early procurement activity, no? And the approved budget for the contract is 145,232,500 pesos. The location is in Madridejos, Cebu. The scope of works is Mitigation structures and drainage systems. The contract duration is 360 calendar days. The pickup license category required is medium A for irrigation and flood control with the license classification of B. The cost of the bidding documents is 50,000 pesos. The scheduled bid opening is on November 19, no? 2024. So for the technical specifications, this will be done by Engineer Larry L. Villegas.
Thank you, Attorney. Good morning, everyone. Our project, organizational outcome to protect lives and properties against major floods, flood management program, construction, maintenance of flood mitigation structures and drainage systems, construction Bunakan Seawall Phase 2, Madridejos, Cebu. With a net length of 423.28 meters and a total project duration of 360 calendar days. Our project is divided into two parts for the earthworks and the bank and snow protection works. For the earthworks, you only have one item, the item 17012, or the surplus common excavation. And for the bank protection works, we have items 902181, reinforcing steel grade 40, 902182, reinforcing steel grade 60, 901 RE or structural concrete class A 28 days, 17166 structural steel sheet piles furnished, item 17161 structural steel sheet piles driven, item 17101C riprap class C, and lastly item 17102A or grouted riprap class A. This is a seawall protection structure resting on steel sheet piles with grouted riprap and riprap class C as in bucket. The major items of work is sheet piling with about 60.65% using the hot rolled type 2 steel sheet piles. And aside from civil works, we need to secure environmental clearances before construction unless it was under CNC, in which case we can proceed with construction while applying for clearances.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Engineer. So for the other requirements which are applicable to both, we'll be discussing that after we discuss the specifications particular to the other project. So let's now proceed to the second one, which is contract ID number 25H00028, Organizational Outcome 2, Protect Lives and Properties Against Major Floods, Flood Management Program, Construction Maintenance of Mitigation Structures and Drainage Systems, Construction of Seawall Phase 1, Ubay, Bohol. So, take note that this is through FY 2025 net under early procurement activity. And the location is in Ubay, Bohol. The scope of work is mitigation structures and drainage systems. The approved budget for contract is 188,585,000 pesos, 585,125 pesos. The contract duration is 360 calendar days. The pickup license category required is medium B for irrigation and flood control with the license specification of A. The cost of the bidding documents is 50,000 pesos. The scheduled bid opening is November 19, 2024. For the technical specifications, this will be again discussed by Engineer Larry and Melenas.
Thank you. For this project, we have a net length of 485.78 meters with the total project duration of 360 calendar days. And our project is divided into two parts: the flood for the earthworks and the bump slope protection works. For the earthworks, we only have one item, 1702, 1A, or the structure excavation common soil. And for the bump and slope protection works, we have items 17166, or structural steel sheet piles furnished, item 171612, or structural steel sheet piles driven, item 17102A, or routed riprap class A, or item 17101A, riprap class A. Item 9021A1, reinforcing steel grade 40. Item 9021A2, reinforcing steel grade 60. And lastly, item 901I, or structural concrete class A, 28 days. This is the seawall protection structure resting on structural steel sheet piles and routing riprap and class A riprap as embankment. For the major items of work is sheet piling with about 86.9% using Yakult U-type type 4 steel sheet piles. Aside from the civil works, we need to secure environmental clearances before construction unless it falls under CNC, in which case we can proceed with construction while applying for clearances. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so thank you, engineer. So for the other requirements, I'd like to mention that it's stated in the bidding documents for each of the project that the bidding for the project shall be governed by all provisions of the Public Act number 9184. 1, it's 2016 revised implementing rules and regulations. 2, it's generic procurement manual. 4, 3, it's associated policies, rules and regulations. 4, and the process of the bidding documents. 5. So this bids and awards committee, we just follow what is stated in the sources that I earlier mentioned, and we don't go beyond this. So in the same way, this is what the interested bidders should follow, no? And if you follow this, you'll never go wrong. On the other hand, if you're violating the sources mentioned, then you can be declared as non-compliant or be disqualified. So included in the bidding documents is the checklist. So please comply what is stated in the checklist, and take note that in the checklist it is stated that any missing, incomplete, or patently insufficient document in the checklist is a ground for the outright rejection of the bid. Okay? So I would also like to mention that we have this reservation clause. No? So it's stated in the reservation clause that the Department of Public Works and Highways, Regional Office 7, reserves the right to reject any and all bids, declare a failure of bidding, or not award a contract at any time prior to contract award. No? So also take note that we have a supplemental bid for this in the supplemental bid bulletin. And in the supplemental bulletin, it is stated therein that that all as provided in Section 25 of the Republic of the RIRR of RA number 84, bidders shall submit their bids to their duly authorized representative. Okay, the representative must be named in the contractor's registration certificate, recorded in the DPWH Civil Works Application, CWA, or if not, there must be a duly signed special power of attorney presented in hard copy, and soft copy of the SPA must also be emailed to procurement ro7@gmail.com using the email address of the bidder registered in the CWA for verification. No? Failure to send a copy of the SPA from the official CWA registered email address of the bidder shall not be issued an order of payment. So the rationale for this rule is really to determine that the representative is duly authorized by the contractor, because we have encountered that we eventually found out that they are actually not authorized by the contractor. So this is to assure that anyone who will transact with the DPWH and who will drop their bids are really authorized by registered contractors accredited by the DPWH. Okay? So for the other members in the back, do you have something to discuss? None? Okay, none? Okay. So we're now done this procurement activity, and Engineer Larry Madridejos may be excused if he wants to be excused. So let's now proceed to the opening of eligibility documents for consultancy, which is Kasi consulting service for the conduct of process survey for the construction of intersection improvement along Cebu North and Gayang Wharf Road in UM Avenue, Manawag City, and the contact ID number 24CS8009. Now we have two interested bidders for all draft eligibility documents, namely the Mayor Survey Engine Services and Firms Concrete Testing. So now I'd like to request the members of the DWG to open the eligibility documents. Okay, we're done with checking the eligibility documents. And using the fast trade criteria, we have found both participating bidders as eligible. No? So let's after this we'll be proceeding to the pre-bidding conference and thereafter the shortlisting. Okay? So we're now done with today's agenda. So unless other members of the back have something more to discuss, there being none, I that hereby declare this two procurement activities as adjourned. So good morning everyone and thank you for participating. And for our vice chairman, have a safe flight.
Wait, and to the chairman.
And to Nico, have a safe flight to Thailand.
Wait.
Okay. So